Hi and welcome back to my channel. And by the title of today's video you can probably already tell what I'm going to do in this video. I am going to be reading books that have been adapted into movies or TV shows. And I just got Amazon Prime Video, so there are a lot of TV shows slash movies that have been adapted from books. Like most readers, I prefer to read the book first and then watch the movie or the TV show. I have been waiting so long to watch these, and now it's finally time to read the books first, then I can watch it. So I'll also give you a comparison, the book versus the movie or TV show, and a little bit of a review to see if it's a good adaptation, what I loved more about maybe the book or the movie. And of course there will be no spoilers in this video, so don't worry, you can just watch it without getting spoiled. I will only be giving you out of context quotes or situations. So the first book I will be reading is the Summer I Turned Pretty series. It's a show on Amazon Prime currently. Season 1 is already out for some time, and I think this Friday Season 2 will come out. So I want to try to read book 1 and book 2 at least before Friday. Today is Monday. Maybe book 3, I don't know. They are very short books, so maybe it's possible. But I'm so excited. It's a YA romance summer series, which is perfect. Now I don't have the physical copies, so I will be reading them on my Kindle. Let's start reading The Summer I Turned Pretty. Okay, so far it's really cute. It's definitely YA in a good way. That's the fun part, that you really get to see them grow up together, because they're literally together every single summer. And I'm so sad that I'm not reading this right now at a beach, because this would be the perfect beach read. Before starting this book, I also really didn't know a lot about it. I didn't watch the trailer. It's everywhere, especially now with the second season coming up. I try to avoid it. I'm still picturing the characters how I imagine them and not the characters from the show, which is good. So I'm very excited to watch the TV show now and to see if they match with my imagination, and especially their characters, because they're definitely all very different. Now I knew before starting the book that it was about a love triangle, which is very unpopular. A lot of people don't like that. I personally don't really mind the trope. I mean, I was obsessed with The Vampire Diaries, which is basically a love triangle. And again, in this book, it's fun. And I don't know what side to choose. I mean, if I were Belly, which by the way is such a weird name. Her real name is Isabella. Everyone calls her Belly. If I were her, I wouldn't know who to choose, because they're both sometimes so sweet, but also at times you just want to... They can be so annoying, but I think that's also because currently they're 16. That's just how teenage boys act sometimes. But I'm loving the vibes. I love the setting of the book. I wish I was in Cousins Beach right now. Okay, I finished it. I was a little bit confused by the ending, because it's a fast forward into a couple of months. I don't really know what to think of it. Yeah, I'm just so confused. I don't know. I'm happy, but I don't know if it's even, like, true. I'm just gonna start the second book right now, because obviously I want to know what's next. But I am rating this book 4 stars. I had a lot of fun. It was very cute. I think 4 stars is a good rating. So let's start the second book. Okay, I'm back. The last time I spoke to you was like 2 days ago, I think. And today I listened to the audiobook of the second book, which is It Isn't Summer Without You. Now I can't go too much in detail, of course, because I don't want to spoil you guys. But I really liked this book as well. I think it was a bit more emotional than the first book. The characters are developing, of course, because they're growing, they're getting older. And I'm starting to really have a preference. I think with these books, you're either Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah. And I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of Team Jeremiah at the moment. We also in this book get another POV from another character. I'm not gonna say which one, but in the first book it's only from Belly's point of view, and in this book you get another point of view. Like in the first one, this book also ended on a cliffhanger, or it's more like a fast forward where you think, how the hell did we get there? So I need to read the third book as fast as possible, so I will update you later. Okay, I finished it. The third and last book in the Summer I Turned Pretty series, and I really didn't like it. I am so sad that this was the ending. I don't know what happened. For the first two books were so perfect, and then in this last book, I don't know what she did to the characters. Some of the characters really did and said things that were so unlike them, and I don't know, it just felt weird. I'm gonna pretend that this was not the ending. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rate this book 3 stars. So I'm rating the first two books 4 stars, this last book 3 stars. Overall 4 stars for the entire series. And now I can finally start watching the TV show. So I will come back when I've seen the first 2 seasons, because now the second season is already out. And then I want to start reading the next book. It's also a book that has been adapted into a TV show on Amazon Prime, which is this one, Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's a short read. I think it was... okay, not that short. No, wait, this is part of another book. 350 pages. So I'm excited to start reading this one then. And then I can watch that show, but first, The Summer I Turned Pretty. I just watched the ending of season 1. That was so sad. I didn't even cry in the books, but this... the acting is also so good. So now I'm gonna start season 2, and I'll update you once I've finished season 2 and let you know my thoughts and compare the book to the TV show. Okay, so it's a couple of days later and I've been watching the show. Now, because the second season isn't fully out yet, it's every Friday a new episode, I can't really discuss the complete TV show, but so far I'm really liking it. I've seen 5 episodes, I think, of season 2. So the point of the video was to compare the books to the TV show. The TV show is currently on season 2, and I think that's more following book 2. So, of course, the big reason why I don't like book 3 isn't shown yet in the TV show. I'm really hoping that they'll change it up in the TV show. But I know they probably won't do that, because I think a lot of people wouldn't like that. And most of the times I don't like it either. I want the adaptation to stay as close as possible to the original book. But in this case, I don't. I really don't. So if I'm comparing the two, currently I'm liking the TV show more. So that was the first book slash TV show that I have watched or read. And now it's time for the second one. So like I said, that will be Daisy Jones and the Six and I'm gonna start that today, and then after I finish the book I'm immediately going to watch the TV show. I'll probably watch it with my mom because I think it takes place in like the 60s, 70s, something like that, so I think it will be fun to watch it with her.
You know you got my head in the clouds, losing my breath, but I'm not coming down. Feels like it could all fall to the ground. Talking that talk just to keep me around.
Okay, a little update. I think I'm like 50% in. It's like I'm on page 174, and so far I'm liking it. It's written as an interview, so it's constantly the name and then what they're saying, which makes it very easy to read, but I don't know if it's really my kind of style. It also makes it harder to feel connected to the story, I think. The characters are also not very likable, but I think that's the point in this book. Yeah, so far I'm liking it, but I'm not crazy about it. I only have 30 pages left and I'm not sure what's gonna happen. So far I'm leaning towards 3 stars, maybe 3.5. It will all depend on how good the ending will be, and I'm kind of sad because a lot of people really love this book. Most people also say that this is their favorite book by Taylor Jenkins Reid, so I don't know, maybe it's just not for me, but I'm gonna read the last 30 pages and then I will see you back. Okay, I finished it. I like the ending, and I think it was interesting to see who the interviewer was. I was gonna say I didn't expect it, but actually I wasn't even trying to guess who it was. I didn't really care. It was a nice plot twist to see who it was, and I did tap some of the parts. Because even though I didn't really love this book, I still think that some of the quotes were really beautiful. Her writing is always good. It was just that the storyline in this book wasn't really that interesting to me. But I'm excited to start watching the show now. And what's crazy is that most of the times I think the book is always better than the movie or the TV show adaptation. But I think in this case it will be different. I like the TV show of The Summer I Turned Pretty more than the books. And I think it will be the case as well for this. I don't know, I still have to watch the show, but I'm rating this like 3.5 stars. So I'm gonna go over to my mom's house now and we'll probably just binge the show because I already checked and there are not a lot of episodes. So I'll let you know when I finish the TV show and which one I preferred. Okay, so it's the next day. We have watched the entire show and I really liked it. It was like I expected. I liked the show better than the book. And I've been listening to the songs non-stop, especially Honeycomb. I love it. Also for the last book, I preferred the show to the book. But of course, without the book, the show wouldn't exist. So the idea of the book was still very interesting. Love the vibes of the book, the aesthetic, the whole rock band in the 70s, 60s. So overall, the books that I read this week were good, not great, but I really enjoyed doing this little challenge. And let me know if you know of some books that are really good and have been adapted into a movie or a TV show, because I would love to do this challenge again. I think it was a lot of fun, and maybe next time I will actually prefer the books and not the TV show or movie. But I hope you enjoyed watching this little challenge, and I hope I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye!